Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Psistorm Banshees and Gen.M Esports. You gotta have their name very punchy, very, very upbeat, because this is a match. They are here in order to play. They're here in order to win. We do go and have game number 1 on Infernal Shrines. That was selected by the Gen.Mers, but not because they won the coin flip, but rather the opposite. Their opponents have picked first pick. Before we get to that, though, we do have some bans being, well, banned. Psistorm Banshees, let's go ahead and get rid of Battlefield of Eternity and Towers of Doom, while the Gen.Mers are terrified of the offlaner from Psistorm. You can tell because they got rid of the offlaner focus maps, getting rid of Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire, which anyone that knows this channel knows that whenever that happens, we say boo. We love the offlane maps. What are you doing? Rough, but we are on Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines, the map I never get to play. No one ever picks this map other than freaking everyone. I could probably like turn my monitor off and still cast this game pretty well. I've played this map so many times. But it looks like we are just in time to be getting into the game in one moment. In just a little bit. Bum bum bum. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies. Hello, gents. We are here for Infernal Torment. I'm not going to keep that up. I am not quite creative enough in order to do that in real time. I apologize. I do my best, but my best is sometimes not good enough. I don't know why I'm pointing at the ceiling. I think I'm trying to like hold up God. Give me all your money. Does not work very well, though. Also, for all of you that are interested in such things, there's my co-caster. Hopefully you can see that. If not, then you were looking away and you missed the chance to see my cat. He is hiding behind my back. Lucio also going to be hiding, but not behind my back. More into the first ban slot, coming out of Psistorm Banshees. It's a Psistorm Banshee. We do go and have Kel'Thuzad, who is not a Psistorm or a Banshee. I feel like Psistorm Banshees should, like, you should ban Tassadar and Sylvanas against them, and then they just have no chance. It would be, like, super interesting if there was something and you had to draft something in your name. And so you get these, like, really mundane team names where it's just, like, Warcraft, Diablo Stars. You're going to have a Garrosh being banned out. Don't want to be thrown anywhere. And then, yeah, all of the, like, demonic mages. I guess the Kel'Thuzad isn't actually demonic, is it? You have a little opera behind me. Also, Info Fox, whenever you watch this later, how are you just now following me? I thought we were friends. I am a mess tonight. I apologize, except I kind of don't. Because I'm really good at being a mess. We do go to have Junkrat, Pina Colada. Also using the heist event skin. I love that skin for Junkrat. I love that skin or like the event in general, mainly because it featured Whitemane, and Whitemane is my. Do have Junkrat going on. Very good area control. Going to make it a little bit hard to move into those shrines. However, Johanna going to be able to go ahead and D and move right past that trap. So going to be pretty good at avoiding that. Kel'Thas going to be picked up by French. I definitely remember French taking Kel'Thas more than a couple of times. So that's definitely a comfort pick. Speaking of burning everything down, we do have Blaze in most likely offlane, but that may be a main tank Blaze. Tribulation isn't usually their tank. I think that's MBB. But you know what? I could be wrong. Things have changed. Redden. Tavoran going to come in with Jaina. So Jaina breaking up the Fire Bros. We do go and have the Ice Nation attacking Kel'Thas. There is the Varian. Varian not going to come out here. They do also apparently agree with me that most likely Blaze is not the main tank because they go ahead and ban out Varian. Although, to be fair, Varian would be a possibility for the offlane, but not that strong a possibility, to be completely honest. There's the Maiev being removed. So we still need an offlaner, and both teams still need a healer. No bans spent towards the healer other than Lucio. Don't you love how I like save that real quick? I'm just like, no bans used for this other than this one. Because I totally started the sentence and then looked the rest of the way. Tyrande is going to be picked up by Randy Newman. We still need to find out what Randy Newman's going to pick up. We have to wait a little bit longer. Thrall going to be in the off lane. Most likely. Going with the Shaman skin. I like that. So they still need another DPS. They've got a mage, probably some sort of auto attacker. Based on the fact they've got Junkrat, they're going to need a little bit of range. So Raynor would not be a bad pick for their second one. Vala maybe, but Vala needs to be careful of being collapsed upon. She's literally wearing paper. Extra have to be careful. And I like the pickup on Anduin. Like, you've got very, very, very heavy engage and very, very heavy stop being counter-engaged on. I almost feel like that the Lunatic's job is to make up for MBB going too ham. Oh, you engaged too hard? Get back here. I'm now imagining MBB just wearing a leash and Anduin being like, nope, nope, nope. I look amazing with a leash on, just saying. What? Okay, that was not the auto attacker I had in mind. Very, very nice side push potential. So that actually could go very, very well whenever, if they pick up the Immortal, they can just Zagara to another lane and just get very, very high value on both sides. Zagara pretty good at cleaning out the minions and a lot of damage. I actually really like the Zagara pickup, but you know what? You guys tell me what you think. I'll put up the predictions and you guys go ahead and weigh in.
Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And Raw to take the 3v1. Gets one. Looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
It's like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
Oh, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
All right, here we go. Team Banshees versus Team Panda. And look at me having this, like, super, super, super ugly. I'm blind. Don't judge me. Mouse cursor going up. Toot toot. Get that right on out of there. Bit surprised that this is still sitting there. There we go. Go ahead and get that taken care of. We do go ahead and have, spawning in on the blue side of the battlefield, we have Psistorm Banshees. Pina Colada going to be playing Junkrat. PBB is going to be on Anubarak. Tavoran going to be on Jaina. Dread Lady Jaina as well. Love it, love it. We do have Lunatic coming in on Anduin and Tribulation on the Blaze. Coming on the other side, representing Gen.M Esports, we have Lajikalia is going to be on the Thrall. Randy Newman is playing the Zagara. We do have Infofox playing the Johanna. French is going to be on Kael'thas, and Randy Newman is going to be on Tyrande. All right, nice little stun combo going in. Lajikalia trying to be held in there. Will go in and get out, but they are actually losing. They did not get a kill, and they lost a little bit of side soak. Blaze moving up. Thrall hot on his or her heels. Do go ahead and have Infofox moving down here. We'll go and pick this up. I don't think they lost significant experience from that. Looking at our talents, level 1, we do go to have Mana Addict coming out. Actually, in Fingers of Frost, so the 2 mages pick up the 2 globe quests. No other questing talents other than Jaina's baseline. So we do go ahead and have both camps being picked up at the same time. Neither team really interested in an invade just yet. Junkrat here in the middle. Pina Colada is getting lost in the rain. Or caught in the... the sign is caught in the rain. I know music, I swear. Oh, Jaina was so mad at Pina's like, can you pick up the globe? I almost missed it because you just couldn't step up the 3 inches. Oh my god. Totally, I'm in their comms. That's what it sounded like. So it is 4 versus 3 down here. Kael'thas is in the middle, going in and cleaning this up, which does give them an option to move in and try and get this taken care of. MBB goes into the bushes, says, I'm going to screen, I'm not going to let them move in. But there is the engage, moving up onto Pina Colada, but it's not a full engage, it's more of a fake engage. Infofox moving back and forth. The camp is about half dead at this point. And still, Kael'thas is staying mid. They're not even going to try and contest this. They did get a bit of experience advantage, though. They are level 5 at this point.
The shrine will be active soon. Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
So we do go and have the shrine here, or the minion camp here, being picked up by French and the Randys. Up top, we will have a Mortar Punisher coming up in about 15 seconds. But meanwhile, a lot of aggression is being done to the bottom. Infofox trying to take care of this, but will have a hard time. Johanna not well known for her camp clear. Hello, Sparhawk. Alright, and we're going back and forth. We are up to about 8 skeletal minions on the side of Psistorm Banshees. Only 6 for Gen.M. Thrall is not up here, so this is a person advantage on the side of Psistorm. But this should mean level 7s will be coming online a little bit faster for Gen.M. But will it matter as we have first blood going to Zagara? Zagara got caught in the noob stun combo and just absolutely squished like the bug she quite literally is. Alright, we did go ahead and have Thrall picking up Frostwolf Pack. For some reason I read that as perk, and I was like, I don't think that's the name of the talent. Me? Alright, Zagara is back. They can start to move in. There are still 10 to go. Infofox very, very far in the lead. Tarana doing what she can to try and get this taken care of. There is the Blaze coming in from below. A lot of damage going into French. French very, very, very low, as is one of the Randys. Infofox trying to peel off, but no, we're going to have Tarana being taken off in the backline. A lot of damage coming in from the side, and just like Tribulation will be taken out by the cannon fire. Lashakalia is in the area, but they only need 2 more. I don't think this shrine can be saved at this point. And no, there's Pina Colada, goes ahead and finishes off the Mortar Punisher. It's going to be marching forward. There is Johanna baiting out the jump. Does go ahead and become unstoppable in order to stop that from actually, well, the unstoppable stops. I know that's a dumb question, or dumb so to say, but it is technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. A lot of damage going through, but we do have the top wall being taken out to the aggression of Psistorm Banshees. Infofox very, very, very low to get in the middle of a lot. Junkrat goes ahead and boops them back in, but no immediate follow-up. We are still only at 2 kills to 1 in favor of Psistorm Banshee. Down at the bottom, Logicalia and Tribulation are fighting everywhere. For some reason, I read that NJ is. I tried to make that into a Randy Newman thing. I don't know why. I think it was just the N to start it off with. I was like, Newman? Newman Justice? And then my brain, of course, caught up and was like, nope, stupid. It means nice job. Alright, this is being picked up. The opposing one has not been started yet. There is a possibility for an invade, so it would be a little bit short-sighted at this point. There's the level 10s. I was going to say they don't have 10s yet. We do see Cocoon, Bunker Drop, Light Bomb, Riptire, and Summon Water Elemental coming out of the side of Psistorm Banshees. We will see Falling Sword, Devouring Maw, Phoenix, Earthquake, and Starfall on the side of the Banshees. Infofox does scout this out. They're in the area, but Zagara is not nearby, so it will be 4 versus 3 if they choose to engage. And it looks like they're not choosing to engage, not just yet anyway, because Zagara and Thrall are just staying in their lanes for the time being. All right, it looks like we have Thrall coming down. We're going to have Earthquake in just a second, I'm sure. Goes ahead and slows a lot of people down. There is a big stun. Anduin and Pina Colada are getting zoned out. Here comes the Riptire moving in from the side. Go ahead and catches a lot of people. There we go. Okay, could have caught more, I actually think. I started casting something that I expected to happen, and then it didn't happen, and I kind of just felt like a fool, if I'm being completely honest. You made me feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kidding, obviously. We do go and have the bottom shrine coming up. It will be frozen whenever it comes online. Still about 20 seconds from hitting effectiveness. Oh my goodness! We did go and have Johanna just going into the entire team saying, I don't care, YOLO. Now this is better timing on the Shaman camp coming out of the side of Gen.M. This is going to be pushing down top lane as they're fighting over bottom. We're still over a minute away from the opposing Shaman camp. Thank you very much, BFT. I appreciate that. I didn't actually even like register that those were bits for a second. And then I looked over, I'm like, I'm smart, but thank you very much. I appreciate. People like you make this stream a reality. Although actually probably not. I do it for free. But I still appreciate you. All right, we are up to 18 coming out of the side of Gen.M. Both of them are level 13. If they're going to engage, they need to engage pretty quick. I'm not sure what they're waiting on. Thrall is coming in. We're going to have another Earthquake in just a second, most likely. There it is. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with these engagements. It's like we're at 32 before they really start to move in and Thrall does go down. I don't mean to be so critical, especially with the idea that I'm a way worse player than these players are, but you know what? I don't have to be a sculptor in order to figure out that, you know, a sculpture without its head doesn't look right. So you're looking at, like, the Sphinxes and being like, huh, it looks like someone, like, knocked the nose off, and someone's like, well, have you done any work with stonework? Alright, we do go and have Psistorm Banshees moving forward under the protection of the Frozen Punisher. Frozen Punisher does go in and shoot off of Ice Orb, but it actually misses everything but the fort itself. And the fort wasn't in range, so it helps a little bit in that the Punisher takes a little bit less damage. But the wall is down. They are in here. There's the jump over. Stun happy going to Ready Newman. Johanna being stunned out as well. There's the root. Goes ahead and stands in the blizzard for much longer than she wanted to. And with that being taken care of, we do go and have Tavorin narrowly dodging the Love Owl. I really like that as a term, the Love Owl. So here we go. We do go ahead and have the big stun to Info Fox. This is picked up on the side. There is the stun coming in, but not going to actually catch anyone. Riptire comes down. Does go ahead and hit Info Fox, but Info Fox does not care. Pina Colada does go ahead and get pulled out by Anduin. Anduin's pull-out game is very strong. We're only at 4 kills overall for the game. Hello? Definitely all here for that, all in. We do go ahead and have the Newmans leading the charge. Actually, Info Fox is now leading the charge. As I said, the statement is stop being true. A little bit of trade-off. Okay, you want our camp? We're going to take your camp. What you going to do about it? Cry? Okay, you can do that. We'll allow it. So we do go ahead and have Thrall moving up here in order to try and hold this back. Lajikalia being a little Thrall boy. All quests are done except for Piercing Light. Do go and have the bottom camp being picked up by the side of Psistorm Banshees. Pina Colada goes in and gets kissed for massive damage reduction. Oh god, now I'm thinking of one of those kind of games. Kiss his weak point for massive damage. This is the content you come here for, 1000%. We do go ahead and have a big blizzard coming down. They're going to go ahead and pick this up. This is unfortunately not going to be very, very successful. The next shrine is on top lane. Oh, and look, in chat we got the infamous casting duo of Ektar and 7th Ace. They're never far apart. We do go and have the shrine activating. This should be arcane, I believe. Yep, look at me, knowing what I know. Do go ahead and have people posturing up around the shrine. All 10 members of both teams are here. MBB and Infofox are the tanks are meeting in the middle, but very, very good. Tavor a little bit far forward. Okay, it does go and turn back. Nothing terrible happens just yet. I do feel like Gen.M is just a little bit scared. They're playing back a lot. All right, we do go and have already Tribulation is almost halfway finished the point. So we're still waiting for that massive engage that we've been waiting for most of the game. There's Junkrat just throwing mines everywhere. We do have the bunker coming down. Root comes down. Nice Flame Blast. And here comes the Riptide moving through. Catches 3 people. Followed up by a nice Blizzard in order to try and keep them. There is the Falling Sword comes down. There's a Root coming down. Blaze. A lot of damage on Tribulation. Anyone does pull 2 of them out. MBB in a little bit of trouble, but he's going to go ahead and back out. All right, big damage. Oh my gosh, that Blizzard's getting so much value. We do go ahead and have the Thrall. Just absolutely. That was such a good engage that ended up not being a good engage at all. They are moving in. Infofox very low. And we do have the Arcane Punisher coming out. Falling Sword used defensively in order to try and make sure that Infofox goes down. But there's the stun coming from MBB, and Johanna goes down. We are going to move in, but while we're actually looking at that, let's look at that engage one more time. All right, big damage. Oh my gosh, that Blizzard's getting so much value. That kind of went completely the wrong way. I thought I had that turned off. I'm mad at myself now. Blue team has destroyed a fort. We do have the first keep of the game going down. Actually, so I guess blue team has not destroyed a fort. You just lied to everyone, Mr. Announce-a-man. So with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have MBB moving down. They're bringing Clash Pod. They are looking at this Anubrak. I'm actually surprised at how well this Anubrak has been living, because Anubrak not well known for being one of the more durable tanks. There was the Riptide coming in. We do have a level 20 talents online, to the surprise of literally no one, including people that don't play HOTS. We do have a Rewind coming out of the New Barak. We do have Fortified Bunker, Censure, Extra Oomph, and Winter Mute. There we go. That's the what I was looking for in terms of how to make my mouth make sounds. Thrall going in. They need to be very, very careful. They are down 20s at this point. They're also down 19s, technically. So not a great position to be in. A lot of aggression coming out of the side of Psistorm Banshees. Blue team has destroyed a fort. Now you can say it. Now you're not telling a big old lie. Lie, la, la. La, 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 la. Alright, bottom camp being cleaned up right now. We are about halfway to level 20 on the side of Gen.M Esports. So that's not something we're going to have to deal... That's the level 20 disadvantage will be cleaned up pretty quick. I was like, whose are these? Pick these up. But only 2 forts remain. They do have continual pressure coming across the top fort, which is definitely going to be doing everything it can in order to try and hold them back. Nice stun going on to MBB. Going to hold them in place, but there's the burrow out. And this is going to be a mortar shrine coming across the bottom. 20s are picked up on the side of Gen.M. They do have Heaven's Fury, Pack Instinct, Flamethrower, Earthen Shields, and Shooting Star. You're my little shooting star. A lot of damage going to Johanna. Very, very quick cleanup. There is that moving through. They try to go in and stun it out, but they're not going to be able to. We are up to 5 things, but we do go in at the R button down for Junkrat. Is going to be back up in 10 seconds, though. Catching 3 people with the extra oomph. Goes ahead and almost immediately gives it a reset. There goes Thrall. Thrall goes in, gets a nice stun on everyone, but unfortunately goes ahead and goes to the Great Hall in the sky. One of the awkward moments are like the Great, and then my brain says, okay, now where's the place Thrall stood, and wow, Great Hall, crap! Not what I was looking for. Not looking on heaven's door. So there's the Mortar Punisher moving across, walking right along. Thrall not up for another 25 seconds, and this keep is all gone for sure. They can't contest it, and the Mortar Punisher is going to walk straight to it. The bottom of... That was weird. There was like a spray around literally nobody that came down. I think the map just sprayed them. All right, there's the Unstoppable comes in. Nice light bomb. Oh my goodness, great move in. This could actually be the turnaround they can get. Thrall is back up if they go in on everything. We do have Randy Newman going ahead and drinking for the healing thing of the Moonwell. They're trying to move in. They're trying to get a lot of damage done. They also need to stop this Punisher. We are down to 50% on the core health. Also 50% on the Punisher health. A lot of damage coming in. Logicalia, goodbye. And that is going to be game number 1 going down. Congratulations to Psistorm Banshee winning game number 1, getting us set for a potential sweep, but you better believe that Gen.M Esports is not going to have any of that when we come up to the next game. Before we move along till we know it do. We do go ahead and have some stats to go over. In terms of damage, we do have Junkrat to the surprise of no one leading the way. Junkrat is just such free damage, it's ridiculous. We do have Zagara coming in second place with 51,000, and then Jaina coming with 43. In terms of the ever-important healing, Anduin, hello? Anduin, can you give me a call? Like, let's hook up? I need a healer like you on my side in the Nexus. Lunatic coming out with 109,000 healing. We do also go ahead and have Blaze winning the soak race with 25,000. So, very well played. Talents, we got those. Here they are. Copy them down, love them, use them. Whatever you do, don't abuse them. And take them into your Stormling matches. Try and win with epic victory. And I will see you guys in game number 2. Before we get there, however, I do have, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, I do have a charity drive coming up. So, consider being here for that. Hey there, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get into the next game in just a second, I promise. But while we're in between, I did want to let you know that on May 6th, 7th, and 8th, I'm going to be participating in Game On to End Lupus for the Lupus Foundation of America. If you type !charity in chat, you can find out a link to the donation page. If you type in !bosses, you can see all of the bosses we got ready to go, because we are dedicating the weekend in order to overcoming adversity. So there's just a bunch of bosses that I've got queued up. Saves are ready, and we're going to be overcoming them, having fun, beating some of the biggest challenges that I've run into in my gaming career, and ending lupus. Hello, hello, everyone. Well, they actually went into the draft like without telling me, so I'm like slightly blushing based on my last comment. I didn't think we'd be on camera this quickly. But we are on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We did go and have Psistorm Banshees winning game number 1. As mentioned, this is a best of 3. It will not be a best of 5 until the finals because this is a coastal division. So there will be a finals, then there will be a grand finals, and the last 2 rounds are best of 5. So this is just the semifinals, so still best of 3. So we're waiting a bit to see that ban. It's funny, one of my coaches was always like, don't ever delay your ban, don't give them time to think. Like, if you know what you're doing, take advantage of that. Alright, we do have the Lucio. So exact same bans coming out so far. I hope Gen.M has a plan, because I'm sorry. I don't mean to be critical. I really don't. I promise I don't. But they just seemed scared last game. And that's always a problem. There is the Loktosh Garage being banned out and out. Now, the fact that we're getting the same bans out of Psistorm is not surprising. Usually the team that ends up winning, it does not change their ban strategy. But the exact same bans coming out of Gen.M is interesting. Gen.M did take map picks, so they very well may have an idea, but there we have the exact same draft so far, so I went back after the draft since apparently they don't want to change anything. I'm not going anywhere, are you crazy? Plus I actually turned towards the wall, so it's just extra not happening. We have Johanna once again being played by Infofog, but this time Blaze is being picked up by Logicalia. Logicalia does not want to go on Thralls. Like, I like Blaze, so here we have it shook out just a little bit. There is Lunatic on the Anduin, and and Tribulation going to be the Hogger. We have Blaze versus Hogger. Here's the thing, Hogger. You're covered in fur? Maybe fighting the fire dude when you're covered in fur is not the best idea. Like, just think about that. Use your little logic head. Also, I feel like Blaze, it depends on how good he is at predicting how far Hogger can spin, but if you can predict where Hogger's going to stop, you can just hit with the charge 1,000% of the time. Assuming you're in range, obviously. Like, come on. To go ahead and have Jaina being banned out. Another little bit of respect coming from the side of Gen.M. Not going to give that over to, I think it was Tavarin. But then still the Maiev, no change of the bans coming out of Psistorm Banshees. Once again, neither team taking their healer until after the third bans, or second ban phase. So we'll have to see what that means. With that being said, what we gonna see, what we gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Hot draft, hot draft. So Randy's still rocking the Tyrande, but this time we have Medivh. I have to wonder if Tyrande every once in a while is like Medivarian. Like, I'm sorry, it's a guy with a big, impressive beard and a lot of magical power that's ancient. Like, I'm sure Tyrande every once in a while when she's sleepy just gets Medivh and Malfurion kind of mixed up. They both start with M as well. Like, it's not her fault. We do go to have May coming out from MBB, and then Tavorin going to be on the Nazeebo this time around. Now that's interesting to me. Nazeebo, very, very good late game carry hero, but this is Spider Queen. This is one of the smaller maps where you don't necessarily... Like, there's other maps that you get to 20 almost every single game. This is not one of them. And hey, there's the Jimmy Raynor. I talked about Raynor last time, but they took Zagar instead. But here I am. Look at me. Oh, and he's actually wearing the Sons of Korhal insignia. Obviously, that was classic Raynor. I didn't notice other than the Sons of Korhal. Because here's the thing, if you don't like StarCraft lore, Raynor, not a big fan of the Sons of Korhal for, like, the last 20 years or so. Actually, it might not be 20. I'm sure 7th Ace can correct me. I don't remember how much after StarCraft 1 StarCraft 2 was. It wasn't 20 years, though. It's like 5 years or something. Regardless, we're going to the game right now. I'll get predictions up. Put your money where your mouth is, and see you in game. All right, coming into game number 2, representing Psistorm Banshees are the Banshees in blue, the Battalion of Anti-Benevolence. We do go down to Vorin on the Nazebo. Pina Colada is playing Junkrat. MBB going to be on May. MBB on MEI. We have Tribulation playing the Hogger, and the Lunatics is going to be on Anduin. Meanwhile, on the side of Gen.M Esports, the Generals of Genocide, we do go ahead and have Tyrande being played by Randy Newman. Logicalia on the Blaze doing a little dance. Randy Newman is going to be playing the Medivh. Let the games begin. We have Infofox playing the Johanna, and then French on the Rainer. I was like, I already said both Randys. Who have I not said so far? If you like pina coladas and getting hit with an owl, if you're not afraid of your play, if sometimes you say ow. I know we do have Hogger moving to the bottom lane. Looks like no one going down there just yet. Blaze on the way. Blaze is on the way. As Jinxie Cat loves to say, I miss Jinxie Cat. We're going to see here for just a second. These are the offlaners, the most attractive and intelligent players in HOTS, giving up their screen time so that your team can get experience. You should all be really, really nice. But coming back into the middle, we do have a lot of damage. Unstoppable coming down with Johanna. Big old stun comes out. Rainer not able to get as much damage in as he wanted to. Oh, you should have seen last season. So we have Logicalia moving up. Has been taking a little bit of the lack of win from this tribulation. Does look like the camp is being picked up right now by Randy, and I need to have a way to say them. So it's from Randy, French on Randy. We could call them the French Quarter, because they're quartering these enemies, and then they do it like 4 more times. That doesn't actually make sense, because quartering doesn't mean taking out a 4th. It's not like decimate. But you know. I have not looked at talents yet. I'm a nub. We do go out 5 stacks on the Medivh so far. No questing talents. Take it on the side of Gen.M. Only spider build. We have the spiders. And then Voodoo Ritual up to 32 stacks. A lot of moving back and forth. A lot of taking names. Holding butts and taking names. Yeah, I said it. Tribulation have to run away as the Siege Giants go ahead and hit them. Rainer did take Ace in the Hole. Right, MBB takes a couple of bullets, but this is not stacking Rainer quest, so it doesn't matter as much. Not unless anything goes on. Up to 9 stacks on Medivh quest. We do have a Rainer up top, Hogger and Blaze playing around down bottom. Waiting for a better engage. Right, quick. Oh, that owl missed. Don't you love my like high level casting going on? I'm just like, oh, the owl missed, and I just stopped talking for 10 seconds. Super pro, don't you know? Don't you know? Randy goes in and lands, goes into hits into Pina Colada, goes in and teleports back out at 15 stacks on Medivh so far. Infofox goes in and gets a little bit of a stun, but there is the stun coming down, not going to connect onto anyone. Alright, looks like a little bit of a picking on of Hogger down here. Pina Colada gonna move in as well. Go ahead and be mean to Logicalia. I like that name quite a bit. Logicalia does go ahead and take the war point back out. A lot of damage. French getting all up on into Tribulation's business. Does go ahead and move back. Oh, MBB might be in trouble. There is the Unstoppable. Does go ahead and catch them. A little bit mistimed on the arrow, but a lot of damage goes on to MBB. Here's the Hog Wild going in and moving through. Not going to go ahead and connect onto anything. That's the engagement I was waiting for. Do go ahead and have level 8 all at the moment. Yes, I'm using tennis terms. Go me. It's because I'm amazing. I don't know what it is that Junkrat's voice lines always are so much louder than every other heroes in the game. Like, I like Junkrat's voice acting. I do not mind. It's fun. But I would like to hear other heroes every once in a while. Alright, we do go to have Gen.M getting the first turn in. Tribulation moves back as French goes in the middle. Speaking of the middle, we do have 4 people in the middle on the side of Psistorm Banshee. Alright, there's the Ice Wall that went out and didn't connect with anything. Both teams do have level 10s. Ults up for everyone except for obviously Mei, and actually also Nazeebo went ahead and blew his already. There is a protected going on to Infofox, goes in and freezes them, but not going to last. There's the Hyperion moving across, doing a lot of extra free damage. We still have the Webweaver up, technically. Walls are down at top and mid, not so much bottom. Most of the damage is being done in mid at this point. Webweaver's still about 50% health, which is slightly more than what the fort itself has. There is the slightly... Oh, never mind. Derp. Anduin and Johanna are on the different teams. No wonder it didn't quite work the way I thought it would. Alright, we do have a almost double turn-in on the side of Gen.M. There is MBB, goes ahead and uses that. John in the back going in and getting a lot, and MBB's actually kind of zoned themselves out of being able to help with this. Later down below, going in and harassing this Hogger. Still, right now, Gen.M is doing a fantastic job actually protecting these turn-in points. Like, they've got 103 gems to turn in, and they just can't get a channel through. There's Tribulation running in, but may have gone ahead and like, nope, gonna go in the Hog Wild right on out there. There is the Hyperion coming in, gonna go ahead and do a lot of strafing damage as it moves across this battlefield. And after all that, we actually get to turn in on the side of Gen.M. It will not finish up everything, but it'll come darndy close. We're at 45, so they haven't lost, they haven't gotten a turn in yet, but they've gotten a lot of them secured. Gotta tell you, actually very often when I watch stuff like this, I make a game of it where I'll do 10 sit-ups every time the blue team gets a kill, and 10 squats every time the red team gets a kill. I would be getting fat and lazy if I was doing that for this game. And once again, we actually have another Gen.M turn in. Once again, they are focusing on the top one. Top one is the win condition lane. That is where the boss is, so they want to try and get that taken out, but that's also where the defense is being concentrated. Alright. Oh, nice. Ice Wall catches 2 people. This is going to be a lot of trouble. Oh, but there is Medivh coming in, going in ley line sealing. But still, they actually don't get back in time. Oh, French taking a lot of damage. We do have Raynor going down. We have Taronda going down. There is a boot back, and Fox in a lot of trouble. Randy Newman does not have his quest done. Needs to be a little bit careful. Is going to be back behind the gates and be absolutely fine. And gets up to 38 stacks. This is so tense. This is 1000% TP and Wigwam potential. There we have 15 setups for me if I was doing that. No, I will not do that on camera. Interesting. I knew there was one that ended with like 3 kills overall. I didn't know there was a 0 kill one. So we finally get a spider phase coming out of the side of Psistorm Banshees. We'll see what they can do with it. They've lost all 3 forts. Their lanes are pushed against them. Well, but you gotta come up with original jokes. I will take all of the lame and oft abused jokes because I'm all about that abuse. We do go ahead and have the big old retard coming through. A lot of damage going through. Randy Newman is going to go ahead and get hit by. No, does go ahead and get out of that, but Raynor goes down. This is going to be a bad. Logically, it doesn't get out. Medivh is finished with the quest, so he can feed as much as he wants to now. There's Randy Newman, goes ahead and goes through the portal, but not so lucky is going to be this poor Blaze. Goodbye, Blaze. Ahem, I said goodbye. Okay, there we go. Here is the push through. We do have the web weavers at the knocking on. I can't say at the gates of hell because this is not the last map. This is not Infernal Shrine, so they kind of ruined that statement for me. We do go ahead and have the middle one is safe for right now, but it looks like they want to get that. Meanwhile, up top, we do go and have the top fort going down, and bottom fort will not be far behind because no one's defending it. But they've got another almost 2 turn-ins. Like 55 plus 60 is a 115, and they have 111. So, did you hear me stop? I have to do the math real quick because caster math is scary. Oh my god. Alright, man, InfoFox just has no chill. InfoFox is like, let's kill them all. The rest of the team is like, we're all the way over here, my dude. All right, there's Infofox once again. A lot of damage on the Hogger, but a lot more damage. And Infofox does have to go and use the Falling Sword to get the heck out of there. There is a nice Ice Wall, but actually misses Infofox. Only Blaze getting caught by that. A lot of damage going in. Unstoppable is on the Mei, but Mei goes down. We do go and have the first kill coming out of Gen.M Esports for the game, and they have tasted blood. They like the way that this tastes. They like the sticky sweet feeling on their hands, and they are running in. Tribulation takes a lot of damage, but no, we do go ahead and have Gen.M falling back. Says, okay, we've overchased. May have oversold that slightly. I hope I didn't gross anyone out. All right, there is, but Rainer needs to come up if they're gonna fight this. Rainer. That was one of those things I saw, and I'm like, yeah, Rainer, you can go back to the camp later. Like, that was such a beautiful, beautiful pull-in by Johanna. Johanna actually caught the Nazebo inside of his own zombie wall. But the damage wasn't there to really capitalize on it, which was a tragic. It was the opposite of a triumph. Don't make any notes anywhere. So with that being taken care of, we do go in at Infofox moving up. Nice damage coming through. There is the protection coming down on the Blaze. Blaze gets pushed into an area, but oh, I was almost expecting that charge to come out and be like, if you want to put me right next to you, I will punish you for it. And immediately my brain went to, by the light of the moon, I will punish you. I would ask which HOTS hero is most like Sailor Moon, but obviously it has to be Tyrande. Like, she's the freaking Moon Priestess. Like, is there a contest? Alright, we go and have the camp being taken right now by the one of the Randys in the French squad, the French sectors, that what we said to call them. French and Rendinuma. Rundy. I'm trying to remember how I said it last time, and I've already forgotten because I'm super good at my job. Alright, we do go to Infofox taking the teleporter. Logicalia does go ahead and get booped out, but here's the protect coming in. They do go ahead and actually get the turn in though, but can they punish this? Ice Wall goes out, does zone for a bit, but does not actually catch anyone, and it's Icy Embrace. There is the nice. We do go in that. Nope, that gets actually knocked out of there. So you go ahead and have the middle spider is already cleaned up. It looks like they do have some people moving up to the top spider. I'm gonna go ahead and be stopping this, but there's also a bit of an engage. Bottom spider is where Gen.M is going. I'm gonna go ahead and try and knock down this bottom fort, but the top spider is already taken out. Blue team has destroyed a fort. That is a correct and factual statement. So right now we do have a relatively even game. Both teams level 20. Both teams having destroyed all 3 of the opposing forts. This game could go in either direction. Looking at our level 20 talents, we do have Vile Infection already finished. We have No Control, Censure, Extra Oomph, and Shatter. On the other side, we do have Heaven's Fury and Medivh Cheats. Cavalry's arrived. Oh, I love that talent. Shooting Star and Fortified Bunker. There's Medivh, goes in and gets a ley line seal coming out. A lot of damage going through. Ice Wall does actually go ahead and stop the blaze, but no one else. Yeah, that was a weird place for Nazeebo to use Spooky Ghost because, like, he was in range of the blaze charge. The blaze was about to come out. Tavoren may have bit off more than he can chew. Does go ahead and ice block. There is Tribulation trying to go ahead and keep up the battle of the T's, but no, we have Nazeebo being taken out. There is the no control coming out, but you know what does control an out of control Hogger? It's being sent back to the Hall of Storms. Go back to the Hall of Storms and think what you did. Think about what you did. And it does look like, are they going for boss? Answer seems to be yes, and I would absolutely argue that the answer should be yes. So we do have the Spider Wave coming out. This is very, very good time on the boss. Their opponents cannot really come up with a good test because they're 3 versus 5. So the Web Weaver top lane will catch up with the boss. The boss will not get significantly into the lane without the support of the Web Weaver. Exactly what you're looking for. Would have been better if the Web Weaver caught them right about there, but you know what? That's still pretty good. You can't ask for a lot better, so don't even worry about it. Don't you even worry about it. Extra oomph just goodbye. It looked like a lot of people got hit by that. Alright, first keep of the game does go down to Gen.M. A lot of damage going on to the Blaze. Unstoppable comes out and gets healed by the Heaven's Fury. And the boss is on core. There's another extra oomph coming through. Boss is just about down as the shields get knocked down. So no core damage just yet. But you know what? We've got bosses on the other 2 keeps. I think they know that. Alright. The shields are down, the paint is scratched, we are down to 95% core health, and all 3 forts, or all 3 keeps did go down, so this is going to be a slow drain. Psistorm Banshees needs to get a turn in, take back the map. They actually kind of need a double turn in, honestly, because they're going to have to push down every lane all the way to the end. To go ahead and take this, but they're going to be running up against the siege camp and their opposing bruisers. Medivh is up here going in, keeping tabs on where the enemy team is. There's Medivh coming through. Nice cheat going the other way. 3 people get caught in it. There is the Ice Wall. Ice Wall does catch 1 person, but Medivh cheats definitely more value. There is Raynor. Raynor going in. A lot of damage going on to this Mei. There is the Ice Wall to go ahead and try and heal that back up. But the Toronto stun comes out almost immediately. MBB looking very, very low. Edwin does go ahead and try and pull that out. And looks like we'll be successful. No actual kills. A lot of buttons used on both sides. We still have Hogger and Nazeebo and Raynor and Blaze. So 2 ults on each side. Alright, there's a big old stun. Pina Colada in a lot of trouble. Does go ahead and get hit by the Toronto Owl. Here's the wave of death coming out of the core. However, there is Junkrat. A lot of bombs hit the ground. Let the bombs hit the ground, baby. We do go and have Mei going down as well. Lunatic and Tavoren, the last 2 defenders. Anduin going to try and heal them to death, but will not be able to. Tavoren, the only one left alive. Nazeebo, your late game hero. Go ahead and prove it to all of us. I'm not that impressed. And with that, we do go and have Gen.M Esports win game number 2 and take us to a rubber match. Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for it, and baby, you got it. Baby, you've got it. We do go ahead and have, in terms of, I always forget that I can't hear myself on this scene. It always, like, catches me for just a second. But we do go ahead and have, in terms of hero damage, Nazeebo does lead the way. I guess, okay, does get his title of late game hero, 90,000. Junkrat comes out with 84, and then Johanna. Johanna actually topping the damage charts. Blizzard, I thought you nerfed her. I don't understand. Looking in terms of healing, we do have Anduin once again. We do have, in terms of experience, we have Tribulation coming out in the Hogger, leading the way, being followed up by French and Blaze at 18, 16, and 15,000 apiece. Talents, we got those. Copy them down, take them into Storm League, do whatever it is you want to do with them. Meanwhile, let me go and pay out your bets. Oh, wow. It looks like some skamazing going on. Not a lot of big bets on Gen.M. You guys did not have faith in them, and you should have, because you're about to make a lot of bank. And I'll see you in game number 3.
Down, babe. Forget about your troubles, hit the lights. Lay your body down, babe. I'm gonna give the world to you tonight. So lay your body down, babe. Forget about your troubles, hit the lights. Lay your body down, babe. I'm gonna give the world to you tonight. Honey, I can feel your heartbeat. Baby, I can feel you breathe.
Forgive me as I go in and clear my ear out real quick. It's what happens when you're awesome. I am so conceited. I apologize, except I kind of don't apologize. This is just who I am. We do go ahead and have Psistorm Banshees. I did not update the scores. Go me. Go me, oh my oh. Boop. So we do go and have Cursed Hollow. It does look like this is the map pick of Psistorm Banshees. So it's interesting how Psistorm took first pick until they lost. And they're like, wait, first pick sucks? Let me go and take map pick. We have Jahaka being banned out. This is obviously the I think it is the largest map in Heroes of the Storm. Either it or Sky Temple, it's one of the two. But globals are incredibly powerful here, so we do have a bit of a band switch up. Gen.M going in and get rid of that Dahaka. Does not want to deal with Dahaka for 1 iota, 1 millisecond. We do go ahead and have the Lucio going to be banned out again. Jaina being removed. A little bit of respect over to the side of Taverin. And Garage, no change in the bans coming from the Psistormers. We got your kill cutter. We got your kill cutter. So who are we gonna see? What are we gonna do?
The crusade calls.
Alright, we do have InfoFox picking up the Johanna first and foremost. Although that's something they've had they've always had Johanna on that side. So it's not like that's a snipe, that's not taking anything away. Alright, we do go in and get Anduin and Falstaddy. So even though they banned out the Dahaka, we do have a global on the side of Psistorm Banshees. Warhead Junction might... I don't usually think of that as a map, because no one should think of that as a map. Okay. Man, Randy really likes their Tyrande. We do also have Junkrat. So the two Randys lock in together. So once again, I don't know what it is. Apparently the healers just are very indecisive on these teams. They never pick until after the second ban phase. That's just, you know, the way it goes. So we're going to have banned out. They're going to get rid of the Kael'thas. So both Jaina and Kael'thas, Song of Ice and Fire, will not be sung this time around. Though Blaze is technically still up. I don't know why I said technically there. There's nothing technical about it. So we still need a tank and a healer. No. Wow. Apparently I just did not connect the idea that Anduin was a healer. Go me. I'm just looking at them. I'm like, I don't know who that blonde person is, but it's obviously not a healer. So we still need a tank and an offlaner on the side of Psistorm Banshees. They do get rid of the Blaze, knowing that, so definitely no Song of Ice and Fire this time around.
Bring the mega death.
Alright, Country ETC brings the Megadeth. We have Tavorin not being allowed to play Jaina, so he's going to go ahead and go with the Li Ming instead. Saving that offlane pick to the very end, unless Falstad's the offlaner, which is possible. Usually have Falstad in one lane further from the objective, and then the offlaner on the opposite side. Ooh, I'm not sure about this. Like, I'm very interested to see what Shen will do, but Zagara did not do that much in game number 1. Trying to... Now, granted, Zagara is a pseudo-global. Can go ahead and use Nidus to get around the map very quickly. So you can kind of use them as a fake global. But that's still scary. For the Frozen... For the Frozen? Yes, for the Frozen Throne, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a new Barak coming out. It's very similar to game number 1, and that is bad news for Gen.M. Gen.M lost game number 1, so having a... Oh, wait. Is ETC the offlaner? ETC versus Zagara, I guess? Or is it ETC versus Chen? Let's go. That seems a little bit terrifying, but regardless, we're going into the game right now. Don't go anywhere. Hold on to your popcorn, because you're gonna need it. All right, and coming into game number 3, the rubber match, the winner of this moves on to the best of 5 and the division finals. We do have, representing the blue team, representing Psistorm Banshees, Hector, I can hope. We do have Tribulation on ETC. Pina Colada playing the very, very plumageous Falstad. We do have Lunatics is playing the Anduin. Tavorin is going to be on the Li Ming. Oh, I like that skin. Very Halloweeny. We have MBB on the Anubarak. We do go and have French coming out on Zagara, Zag Zagoom. We do have a Randy Newman playing the Junkrat. We also have Randy Newman on the Tyrande, not mounted. Has to go ahead and shoot off her owl. We do have Infofox once again on Johanna, surprising literally no one. Pina Colada does go ahead and find a couple of Banelings right under their keister. Speaking of Banelings, we do have French playing the Zag. I already said Zag Zagoom. It's Chen I didn't say. We do have Logicalia on the Chen. Okay, Majesty, I don't know how you need points. You guys cleaned up last time. You should be loaded at this point. Well, look at this weak sauce betting come out of the Psistorm Banshees crowd. Pathetic. I should really just cancel that one and be like, nope, if you're not going to bet with a decent amount, then you just don't get anything. I'm going to have Tribulation and Logicalia fighting back here. It is actually ETC up at the top. ETC definitely losing this particular trade. Meanwhile, down below, we do have French going up as Pina Colada. Are going to go ahead and see Gathering Storm coming out of Pina Colada, and we do have Freshest Ingredients on the Chin. Other than that, no questing talents being picked up by either team. Alright, Tribulation gets a little bit harassed. Does have to move back as Randy Newman comes up, joins this. We do have the top one. Falstad is in the correct lane, but very, very, very low. So going to have a hard time holding this back. And we do have the entire front wall going down at the moment. Infofox is in the area saying, you know what, I could go up to the tribute. I could also harass this bird. Bird will fall back. Meanwhile, there is a battle up here for the Tribute. Tribute is just now starting to spawn. Logicalia in the area, as is MBB and Tribulation. And it went on the way up. Li Ming actually got stopped by Infofox. A little bit of a battle of the Diablo characters. Alright, Infofox looking very, very, very low at the moment. Logicalia, but we do have Randy Newman trying to channel this. Will they be able to get through? No, the Anduin goes ahead and interrupts with a wave of light. This is the problem with Tyrande. Tyrande cannot keep people as healthy. When you play with Tyrande, you kind of have to go in, dive, and get the kill. And that's not happening just yet. There's Tribulation moving forward, moving back. A lot of damage given to Logicalia. Logicalia goes ahead and goes in deep onto the cow. Big ol' flame breath goes ahead and singes some cow fur. Cow hide? Do cows have fur? I feel like they probably... yeah, they do. I mean, I know they're made of leather, but Oh, a lot of damage coming in. There is Falsehead, but there's the boop out from the Junkrat. Goes and moves Pina Colada to an area they don't want to be in. Logicalia does not have a lot of health, but this is Chin. Chin is very, very durable. There's Infofox going in, goes and pulls Lunatic into danger. There's the stun, but narrowly avoided by Anduin. French goes for the channel, not going to get it. Tribulation moving around for the flank, coming in from the backside, but is seen by Infofox. There's the boss coming up to kind of like loop and see what's going on. Hey, what you guys doing? My name's Frank. I'm a grave golem. We do go and have a lot root coming down on Infofox. And Tribulation just keeps coming down here, trying to go in and get this big flank. But a lot of damage going on to the cow. Is trying to fall back very, very quickly. There was a collapse. This fight has gone on forever. It actually looks like both ETC and Chin make the decision, let's go and get some experience. So maybe level 10 is what we need to end this fight. Alright, they do have Zagara down at the bottom of the map. Right now, it looks like their strategy is to stall. But we do want to have Junkrat being the first one to actually go down. And that will go and tribute. First tribute going to the side of Psistorm Banshee. In theory. Oh my goodness, however, I did not notice this actually went down during all that. Wow, 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 wow.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling.
I kind of want to add that to the quotes now.
Earn my favor.
We do have level 10s picked up for both teams. At this point, we do have Falling Sword, Riptire, Devouring Maw, Storm, Earth, and Fire, Heed My Call, and Starfall. On the other side of the battlefield, we do have Disintegrate, Light Bomb, Stage Dive, Cocoon, and Falstad Does Not Know. Tribute is coming up. The blue team is not in the area to prevent this. I'm not 1000% sure what they're doing. Like, I know they're trying to hold some stuff back, but they just sort of like... The first tribute was fought over for like 1,027 years, and the second tribute was not fought over at all. Are there like elections and HOTS? Did a different political party take command and suddenly the priorities change significantly? I protect you. There's a double stun. Here's the Riptire trying to stop that. Starfall comes down. There is the... Oh, nice Gus putting the rest of the team in a lot of danger. Pina Colada in also a lot of danger. There's the pull in. Goes in and gets still, but Logicalia is going to get a lot of damage. There's a Disintegrate coming out. Lunatic is going to get... Oh, nice root right at the last second. Logicalia does go down. Is not able to pull out the Panda Pals. And with that, we do go ahead and have 2 kills for Psistorm Banshees, no kills for Gen.M Esports. And we do go ahead and have a spawning tribute in about 6 seconds. I'm going to be slowly typing that quote in anytime there's a bit of downtime. I just have to remember what I said for like longer than 3 minutes. Here's Pina Colada going and moving back, trying to make sure it does not get ganged upon. They still do have a problem of a lot of pressure being built up in this bottom lane. Pina Colada going to come down here and kind of deal with that right quick. Infofox scouts this is going on. Is the rest of the team going to collapse in? There are 3 people there. I'm not sure that's a good idea. There are 4 people here, but ETC does have stage dive, can join in. Chin goes ahead and gets cocooned, but not going to get any real value. There's InfoFox diving in. Logically in there. There comes the stage dive. Unstoppable comes down. Very, very, very low, Johanna. We do have a Chin just kind of living right there. There is the nice explosion. You guys were friggin' right. They took Devouring Maw. Darn it. Ektar. No, Mobby, you should have quoted. You have the ability to do that. I don't have to do everything. God. There is the 3rd tribute on the side of Psistorm Banshee. They're going to go and push in. There's a Disintegrate in order to try and clean up some of this creep. Alright, would you go and have the fort going down? Damn it. Okay, I've forgotten how to do it. Whenever I copied it, I will figure it out later. This is my problem. I get kind of fixated on things. If you guys have done, I'm sure literally everyone has figured that out about me by now. No. Moby, I just said don't quote. Or don't clip. My guys, Bobby's ignoring me. Would you go ahead and have both sides taking a boss at the moment? I should really go ahead and have Nightbot say quote every hour or so. Just so we can kind of have them rotating. Though granted, I only have 38 of them in total. Alright, looks like ETC is going to all by himself be up here trying to stop this boss. Logicalia will go ahead and be trying to oppose that. Meanwhile, down below, here's this boss kind of moving on in. Still very, very healthy, which is what happens when you don't have to go through a fort. Alright, we do go ahead and have this moving back. Both bosses are down. No, okay, very, very little damage being done. It looks like maybe 10%. Doing very, very quick cash math, which is terrifying, by the way.
Gather tribute or face my curse. The choice is simple.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not afraid of yoga. I like that song, can you tell? Hopefully you can. We do go to have InfoFox, gets stunned out by the Anubarak, goes and stands there. Tavorn takes a bit of damage, has to back off. There's the stage dive, comes down. Decent bit of damage. We do go and have a kiss coming out of Tyrande. There's the Starfall, goes in, hits MBB. There is the Riptire moving through. Riptire does go ahead, and the first kill is at the most critical moment on the side of Gen.M Esports. They go ahead and take out the bug, and they're going to go ahead and get this tribute, putting them one away from trying to even things up a bit. Nice. And the... Oh my gosh, that Toronto Owl definitely took, yep, Harsh, Moonlight, and Empower. Tribulation tries to get in there, but will not. He just ends up like going into the Lion's Maw, but not the Zagara Maw, different Maw. We shall see who gathers enough tribute this time. Please and also thank you. Info Fox, I think your horse is broken, my friend. That's a very stoic horse you've got. Aww. Every once in a while, I feel like Infa has not downloaded the mini-map DLC, because he gets into the fight, I'm like, can you not see that you're like, the rest of your team is nowhere to be found? Because I can see that. All right. Oh, that could be a very, very bad idea for Tribulation. Just go ahead and slide out. Will French get this taken care of? There is the jump out. Big ol', boom, boom, boom. Tribulation is a lot of damage, and the cow goes down. No moves for you, my friend. And this is going to be Curse for the side of Gen.M Esports. Already, we've got a big wave up here. Going to go ahead and just shred through those minions. Meanwhile, Logicalia moved in. The rest of the team, not so much. Logicalia leading on a merry little chase. Wait 1 second. Okay, never mind. They stopped chasing. We needed theme music. There's the Maw coming out. A lot of damage going on to in just a second. There is the stun. Big ol' boom, boom, boom. And we do have Anduin being taken back to the Hall of Storms. Li Ming also going down. Could this be it? Can Gen.M just run in here? They have taken out the bottom fort. They've taken out the top fort. They are moving in. There is the healing light coming from the falling sword and a big ol' push in. We are still 50 seconds away from Li Ming. The curse still has 20 seconds left to go. They are going to get this. All right, they are looking at this core. They still, I don't think they have enough time. You know what? Shut my mouth, because there are siege minions on core. They're down to 10%, we're down to 5%, we're down to 0%. And game number 3 is won by Gen.M Esports. I did not think they had the gas in the tank to get that done, but I was very, very admittedly 1,000% incorrect. So let's see if we can get you guys an interview. Hopefully we can. One second, got distracted. I had a ping. Had to make sure there was nothing super, super, super relevant happening. While we're waiting to see if anyone joins me, let's go ahead and look at the intelligence. We do go in at 54,000 coming out of Li Ming, winning the damage race. Zagara is coming out with 39,000 and 36,000 coming out of Randy Newman. We do go ahead and get Lunatic leading the healing race one more time. One more time. Do go ahead and have Tribulation coming out of the ETC, as well as Logicalia set coming in second in the Soak race. Talents, we got those. And here we are joined by InfoFox, who almost got in trouble with chat for talking in chat instead of playing the game.
Hey, there was plenty of time there. Oh, hold on, wait. There's supposed to be one more. Oh, there is.
Hello.
Okay.
Also, we are joined by Randy with a Y, Newman. I have to specify.
No, this is Randi with an I.
Yeah.
And this is the other one.
Okay, why do you...
I guess it's misspelled in here. I didn't notice that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Not sure how that happened. Yes, it is Randi.
I feel like this is this is just to trip me up, and it worked, and I hate that. But first of all, very much congratulations. Very, very, very well played series.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it was... Game 1 got us a little frightened.
Yes.
So let me actually start with Game 1, because it looked like you were an entirely different team in Games 2 and 3. Game 1, it just seemed like you were really afraid to engage. What happened between 1 and 2?
We got the Blaze, and then there was no Blaze. The Blaze, Jaina, Junkrat was extremely hard to push into. And it just kind of, even like with the Earthquake and Thrall and everything, it was just hard to get around some of those corners on that map. So it just made it very hard to take those fights. And then after that, like I said, we got the Blaze, and then there was no Blaze, and we kind of fell more into comfort and not like, oh, we can't move, crap.
Because, yeah, it definitely felt like in Game 1, like your Thrall would run in, get the Earthquake down, and then by the time the rest of the team would get there, Thrall was dead, and it was just like, oh, now we gotta leave?
Yeah, so that's how it felt for us too, I think.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
Definitely for me. Like I was telling him I don't think I got to heal him like the entire game because I couldn't get to him to press Q.
It was so, like, I was even frustrated because obviously you always won a very, very close game, and game number 1 just kind of felt like, oh, it felt bad to watch and cast, so I'm glad you guys were able to come back in games 2 and 3.
It felt bad to play, so that makes it any better.
Looking at game number 2 was, I actually forgot to update this, that was two of the Spider Queen.
Yep.
I forget, did you pick that? I know you picked game 3. No, I know they picked game 3. Did you pick game number 2?
Yeah, we picked map 2. Yeah, we picked 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the reason you wanted to go to Tomb of the Spider Queen? Because it definitely it felt like you had a whole fresh tank of gas going into that game.
We looked at the maps. We're like, I don't know. So I just kind of picked one that we have somewhat success on. Infernal Shrines we have a lot of success on, but like you said, their comp was able just to box us out. Mm-hmm. So going into game 2, it's like, okay, well, we can't let Blaze happen again. And that was really the big difference on that. Is that it's like, well, nobody can beat Gen.M twice in a row except all the times it happened in the regular season, so.
Right. I think we were good about maintaining vision, too. I felt like we did a nice job of stalling them from turning in, because the Medivh vision and Tyrande Owls were able to really buy us some time and everything.
It definitely felt like it did. And also, you guys were just so good. I think you just said this, but I was amazed at how long you just did not... They got up to like 115 spider butts without turning any of them in just because you would not let them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of times where I feel like we should have been punished for how long we were delaying. It just never happened, thankfully. But there were definitely times where we were like 2 HP and like, yeah, I got a stall. I'm in there.
I would have been I would have been sweating so much if I was either team in that game, because, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was definitely a very scary game. It could have gone either way. Hell, most of the series I felt that way on Edge.
No faith.
I felt the same way. It was like, even when it's like you got first turn in, which got almost nothing. I think I got 1 fort, and then they got a turn in and took out 2 forts, then you got a turn in and took out the other 2 forts. It was just very rubber bandy as it went back and forth. But then you managed to get the boss plus Web Weaver phase, and you just took out everything, and then it just sort of slid in your favor.
I think it was probably in our favor from that very first turn in, honestly. I feel like that turn in, even though they got more off theirs, it put them on the back foot, because it just took them so long to get their turn ins after that point that they were just constantly trying to recover with it. Even then, when they were ahead on structures, they were still behind in the actual game.
Well, I will say, in support of what you just said, Ektar did say that you had won the second you took your camp first, so apparently.
We have a tendency on that map to drop draft non-night camp comps, where we just say we can't do the night camp, so screw it. It'll just sit there for the whole game. So this was the first or second time where we could look at it and go like, hey, we can do this camp at a reasonable rate. We should do it.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Moving forward into game number 3, which is, of course, Cursed Hollow that we just saw. They picked that one, and obviously they ended up getting the Real Global, and you guys had the Fate Global and ETC. I was a bit, because I actually almost thought Zagara would also go Nidus to be a Fate Global, but you guys went with Maw?
So we saw their comp and like, we had no idea what was going to happen in this map. They picked a map and we were talking about it beforehand. We're like, okay, what map do we want? Because we were expecting map pick. And they said, okay, well, we'll take map pick Curse. And we were like, oh no. I'm like, I don't even know what they play on Cursed. What do we play on Cursed? We played it maybe twice in scrims and then we just kind of ignored it. So in that draft, while Logic was running to the bathroom, I quickly looked up their drafts and was like, okay, so they just global strategy. So I was like, okay, well, we suck into the Haka. That's gone. Goodbye. I don't care about Falstad or ETC. When they picked ETC, I already knew they were going to take offlane ETC and they were going to swap it. I was expecting Varian and not a new Brack. But I was like, yeah, this is exactly where we want it. We did talk about Nidus, as you saw in chat, where I was like, we talked about Nidus, but it's just not something we saw as being beneficial compared to Maw in the team fights. And the extra global, like, we got that first fort down bot super quick, and it never really, like, tumbled out of our control from there. Even though they got, like, the first full set of Cursed, we lost mid fort, and that was about it. So.
Yeah, it was a very, very, very well-played defense. And then, like you said, I swear the bottom fort went down because you guys... I do have to ask, and granted, you probably can't answer this, but it was so funny. The first tribute was fought over for about 87,000 years, and then the second tribute only you showed up for. So I was just like, what?
Yeah, I remember joking that, well, if we stall it out indefinitely, we should win bot because we'll have Katas down there, because it felt like nobody was ever going to get it.
Yeah, and then, like you said, that second curse, I was surprised they didn't even try to contest it. They just kind of let us have it, and it was like, oh. Okay, we were setting up, we're ready, and then, oh, nobody. Nothing. Yeah.
So the last question I have, and you may not know the answer to this, but I don't see a lot of Chen picks. What was it specifically that made you want to go into a Chen in this game? Because I almost never see it.
Logic, basically, I think is the answer to that one. So,
our portraits
when I'm looking at the draft and, like, doing the drafting, I look at it, I'm like, we don't really have a real offlaner in this team. Like, Logic's a tank main. So this comp, our team is very odd in trying to fill that offlane role. Logic's fit very nicely into that with a little bit of help from like Randy on a couple weirder picks and Logic's a good Chen player. So it's like, you know what? Even if they have CC, I know Chen and Logic will be able to run the backline down. And I just have to keep everybody else alive. And then we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, makes a lot of sense. So those are almost all the questions I had for you. The last question I have, I think I've asked you this before, but where does the name Gen.M Esports come from?
Oh gosh, well, everybody asks this, and I never know. And I was one of the people on the first version of the team. Oh crap. So the team was created by Majesty and Patience. I think Patience came up with it because of Gen G. That team, he's a huge fan of them. So he's like, well, we obviously can't beat Gen G. So I think they went with Gen M for, I don't even know what the Gen stands for, but the M is for Masters. That's all I know. And nobody on the team is a Masters player. It's really strange how it came to that conclusion, honestly. But I don't know past that. We'd have to ask somebody in chat to help us.
The other question I have, what is the relationship, if there is one, between you and DGen-M?
So, okay, yeah, so Yonners and Fizz were one of our DPS in our solo lane from last season. So they went off and we tried to convince them to make Gen.M like 2.0 or like a sister Gen.M team. They decided, now we're just going to be DGen-M, and that's where it went from there.
All right. The funny thing is I'd forgotten that team existed until I tried to ping you, and then it came up with Gen.M and DGen-M. I'm like, wait a minute. But those are all the questions I had. Let me go ahead and turn over to you all for any shout outs that you want to give.
Do you want to take the lead, Randi, or?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, shout outs to our opponents. It was a great series. Always fun to play against those guys. They played a great game, kept us on edge the whole time. Shout out to you for doing a fantastic job casting. I'm sure I'll look forward to watching the VOD later tonight. Thanks to NGS for organizing it. It's always fun to play competitive games and talk tactics and strategy. Yeah, and thanks to all our fans out there rooting us on. We definitely thrive with your energy and support. So thanks.
And then, so personally, I would like to give a shout out to Sudafed. It has helped me this last week with getting through COVID. It has been miserable. I shout out to my team, obviously to you, Raka, for picking up the cast, Psistorm Banshees for giving the great match. Let's give a shout out to our fans, Tuna, Majesty, because he's always there, Patience, because he's always our captain, even though he's not actually our captain nor playing. He's still on the roster. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
All right, and then very, very last thing. Any predictions that you have for the finals? Is there a team you hope to face of the two ones that are possible?
Duraton's Couch, because they are good. I am good friends with Ace and Nectar, and so I would love to just smash them into the ground after they did it to us in the regular season.
All right, well, you hear that, Ektar? You have to beat Masters of Mayhem, otherwise you will disappoint your opponents. Or I guess your non-opponents, because you won't be facing them at that point.
Yeah, good luck to Duraton's Couch. Yeah, hope it goes well.
All right, I'll go and let you guys enjoy the after party. Thank you very much for the very, very entertaining games.
Thank you for the cast. Have a good one.
Now, as for me, my name is Raka. If you don't know who I am, I don't know how you got here, but hi. If you can't talk in chat, make sure to follow the channel. Then within 24 hours, you'll be able to talk. You don't have to talk. I don't have it on follower only mode, but it does lock you out if you haven't verified your information. If you're like, I don't want Twitch having my phone number, totally understand, but I don't want to get hate rated, so a little bit of extra security in place. We're actually going to go over and raid Crushinator and Mockery, who are casting all the way down in Div E, my division. And yeah, I will see you there. Be awesome.